Welcome to the next level with Keith, where clarity replaces confusion and simple systems lead to real freedom. Every episode begins with intention, music that centers your mind, lifts your spirit, and prepares you for transformation. This is your space for growth, your place to reset, your moment to rise. Rethinking your thinking, because when you shift your mind, you shift your money. Stack and grow, where small intentional steps turn into lasting wins. Simple strategies, real progress. Your circle, your currency, because your network matters. Mobile money moves, business, income, and empowerment from the device in your pocket. This isn't just talk, it's guidance, it's strategy, it's movement. Welcome to the next level with Keith. Let's begin.
Let me say welcome to the next level with Keith, we're talking about podcast episode 9. And like I'm saying, where in the world is the time going? So good to be back. Another Monday night with you. Welcome again. And again, thank you for allowing me to reach my 3,000 and counting. And folks, we're going to the next level. We're going to 4,000. We're not playing, we're serious. And I'm so happy. For those of you who are listening and watching from your YouTube, your Facebook, your TikTok, your Amazon Music, your Spotify, your iHeartRadio, and your Boomplay. And there's even more. But thank you for listening on in tonight. And we have a treat. Just hang around. Tonight's topic, you know, is really season the moment. Someone is going to get it. Yes, someone's going to get it. And if you follow me, I'm going to break it down and I'm going to see exactly what I'm talking about. It's something about seizing the moment. And sometimes that mind shift needs to happen, that change, that introspect, what I mean, that unearthing of who we are. And sometimes we're so much more than we think we are. And we may hear a little bit from someone here, like a teacher, or maybe a aunt or uncle, or maybe a friend that you know and love so much. But you know what? When you get some time to a coach, mentorship, and they can really sit down with you and kind of really dig deep, you say, "My God, all that was inside of me all this time, and I didn't know it." The point is that it's better late than never. That's my thing. So tonight we're going to have a really wonderful time talking about seizing the moment and the person. That's someone that's going to get it. And yes, so you see, our thinking really is the foundation. And when you hear this phrase, rethink your thinking, it may sound like a simple phrase and it's maybe, mundane, but it really takes a lot of effort and it takes intentionality. It takes a purposeful mind to want to rethink. Because we get into the habit of being stuck in what we know, what we believe, right? What we've been taught from young. And so sometimes to move from that place, some of those bad thinking and erroneous thoughts and those things that we feel make us feel comfortable, a lot of it is really impeding our growth. It is stopping our success until it's like little cobwebs and little thing that we need to kind of clear out, like an old house that hasn't been used for a while. When they go in there, you have to clear out those corners and kind of dig deep and look around and open the windows a little bit and let the sun come through, right? And we start seeing clearer and more clearly. And that way we see clearly, we speak clearly. And we speak clearly, we think clearly. And we think clearly, it becomes a part of who we are. Then our belief system gets higher. All right. And that leads to other wonderful things. So when it comes to rethinking the idea, and when you hear the topic that says someone is going to get it, I'm talking about that pastor is going to see this, and this pastor is going to see that I want to empower my people, and this can be a way of me empowering my people. Could be a doctor, could be a nurse that's saying, you know what? Yes, I was taught the conventional way as far as medicine is concerned. And based on my practice, these are what we are supposed to go by. These are the guidelines. But somehow he's saying, you know what? There are some natural things that I believe God creates and created. Why not open my mind and not be so stuck on the book, on the methodology of what the book says? But let me just come out of my comfort zone a little bit. And many people Many doctors have said, you know what, my mom who was sick or my loved one who was sick for so long, and I tried the conventional route, and they say, you know what, let me try another route. And they've had great outcomes, right? It could be a lawyer, it could be just about anyone. So the idea is that for those people who are looking to empower others, sometimes they're the ones who start the trend. You see, tonight you're going to hear me talk a lot about hubs, all right? Because I don't think I mentioned about hubs a lot. One thing I noticed is this: I'm getting quite a few comments on my YouTube channel, and I love those comments. I thank you for keep it coming. All right, keep it coming. I love it. And I'm hearing comments like, wow, that episode reignited something in me. I'm hearing things like, I'm reading things like, I was on the verge of quitting something, but I'm seeing now where I need to re engage and maybe try a different approach. I'm in those serious kind of responses. I'm in comments like, you know what? I needed that. Almost like a cool glass of water. And I was thirsty. And that episode impacted me. I'm seeing those kind of testimonies. And guess it moves me, it inspires me. And so I see a need for this podcast. And I see where folks over time are going to be sharing even more because there's something about giving when you're blessed, when you feel impacted. You want to share. All right. And a big part of what I'm sharing here is my over 20 years, of, I would say, in research mode. And my coach so eloquently allowed me to see that I was not just failing, I was in research mode. I was gathering information, what worked, what didn't work, why it worked, what I needed to do to readjust. And at the same time, I was building my tolerance. I was building my resilience. All right. And time as a way of doing that. All right. There's no saying in the good book that the race is not given to the one who is necessarily strong or fast. I'm paraphrasing here a little bit, but to the one who endure to the end. All right. So it's funny because when I was younger, I was more of a long distance runner. All right. I wasn't the guy who can sprint 100 dash. I wasn't that guy, but I can run for a long time. All right. So, yes, truly excited about tonight's program. And yes, as we think about rethinking or thinking, or we're thinking you're thinking, we think about things like that. Visionaries, what? See what others what typically miss. They think differently. Sometimes they think so far ahead, it's long before they even act differently. They sit and they act until the other action comes in. Now, here are three reasons some individuals recognize opportunity and leverage it. And like I said earlier, tonight you're going to hear me talk a lot about the hubs that are so carefully curated for you. So for those of you who looking for that change, I want to see you hit those hubs. All right, hit those hubs, and like I said last time, you're going to actually request to join. All right. Now, if you're serious about being a part and see what's happening in those hubs, because a whole lot's going on in there. I'm telling you, folks, it's like a well marinated kind of soup with just about so much good things inside of it. And one sip, you're gonna be like, wow, why did I wait so long? This was so good. But yes, I want to hit those hubs. And once you hit those hubs, I have a couple of hubs, and you might see them on the screen tonight later on. All right. I talked about my family protection hub. Listen, do you love your family? Do you love your family? Do you want to look at yourself being protected legally? Do you want to be able to call a lawyer on spot if you need to get an answer? Let me grab my mic because I want you to hear me. I love this mic. It's so cool. Where'd my mic? Where'd my mic go? There it is. All right. I want to be able to hear me. All right. The Family Protection Hub. It means that a lot of you don't want to have an illegal situation where you get surprised. To call a lawyer, the fees are like, all right. How about have a situation where you don't have to worry about the initial consultation? All right. You can even set up I think 12 pages of documents so they can review it, have it pre-checked and prepaid, so that way there's no hard hitting on your pocket. Some of you out there, you're entrepreneurs, you're business people, you're not protected as far as legal things. And trust me, a lot of folks will tell you they were doing fine until they ran into a legal situation that knocked them out. All right. So the Family Protection Hub helps to protect your family. My son, I make sure he has the information. And so this is my daughter. I give an example. He could be on, at this point, he leaves school sometime with his friends. All right. And his friends, they drive a car. God forbid. He's driving home with his friends and something happens. And then all of a sudden, they said, hey, what's going on here? He can say, can't speak to my lawyer. He can just be quiet and say, can I talk to my lawyer? My daughter can do the same thing. So this is something that you want to look into. Single moms, single dads, couples, business people, entrepreneurs, philanthropists, all right? Businesses, small, medium, and large, can utilize this service just as a reinforcement. I'll give you a story about when I was traveling to Florida and I was pulled over. A family man taking my family to a wedding in Florida many years ago. And to make a long story short, based on what the cops said, it was a misdemeanor. His word against mine. And I was able to come back home to New York after my vacation. Peace of mind, didn't worry at all. Came back to New York and I called my family protection company. And they said, Mr. Merritt, no worries, we'll take care of it for you. They found a lawyer to represent me in Georgia. I got a call 2 days later on saying, Mr. Merritt, all is well. Everything's okay. You're good. What you can do is just be careful and be safe next time. That's it. And the feeling was incredible. I was so at ease. All right. And I can't tell you how many times I had to call them and ask them a question. And they answered it and eased my anxiety. So it's real. So the hub is there. Check it out and see what you can find and how it can benefit you and your family. I have a hub. It's called Passive Income Hub. A lot of you are looking for a side thing, all right? Something, maybe something menial that you can do or something you can take serious. But in this hub, you will find links to information that can get you started to create an additional income. How about that? I think that's an awesome thing. Now, remember, these are specially curated for you. It's not some fly by night, you know, they were well thought out, all right, well researched, all right, and they're working for me at the moment. And so I want to share it, the part of who I am. So I'm not here to tell you to do anything that's going to take away your time or your mind. All right. A lot of you are very busy people. And if you say I'm busy, 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 busy as a bee, it is perfect for you because I'm a busy guy. So I know what I'm sharing. That's the passive income hub. All right. So I have some things happening there. And I have another hub that you can check out. It's being built up right now, and more is coming. It's a digital training hub, and I'll be putting that hub as time goes on. something that they can use to maximize and utilize technology. We're now at the AI age, and trust me, you'll find it beneficial. Listen to me. At one point, I couldn't write blogs. I'm doing blogs now. Okay, this blog is seen. I'm writing my blogs because I'm utilizing technology. And thank God for the network I'm a part of. A lot of you, a lot of us black folks, we are too much into the solar thing. And yes, there is a benefit in that. But we need to get and understand that there are networks and there are people out there who can really have us go 10x. All right, really make us go not only faster but bigger. And there are certain things that you will gain because trust me, things are changing. Even online, the online space is changing. So even a website can be done, but how is it built? What's behind the website? Is it built for longevity? Is it built for when they have changes of rules? They're folks that will understand. They actually are into the world of the behind the scenes and understand certain things that goes on even before it happens. So you may see, get a site for $10, 10.99. What kind of site is that? Get this for that. And when it comes to the real road hitting the tire or tire hitting the road, you find that, well, I wasn't really equipped. It wasn't done the way it was supposed to be done. So just thoughts for you to think about, because I'm here to really give as much information. Time is flying away, folks, and we don't have time to do too much waiting around. It's about hitting the ground running. Yes. So let me just quickly go over these three things that we want to talk about as we rethink. One, the train, they train their mind. These are people who are visionaries. They train their mind to see possibility, not permission. They don't wait for permission to do what they need to do. All right. Visionaries do not wait for it, consensus, right? They, in medicine, they're pioneers. They embrace what? Telehealth. Because in medicine, these people, they're open to see what can I do to expand what I have. All right. They understand that progress favors prepared, not the approved. Two, they understand timing is more valuable than talent. Many people are capable, few are timely. And a lot of things in life is also time based. Time matters. Their early movement creates leverage, right? Their early movement create leverage. They don't wait around. Look at number three. They view change as an invitation, not a threat. A lot of folks change. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Change for what I know, what I did 10 years ago, what my grandma told me, what my mama told me, change. But visionary, that's not their challenge. While others fear disruption, visionaries welcome it, right? Every shift creates a gap, and they see the gap and they make use of it. All right. And at this time, you know what? You've been watching and you've been hanging out here with me and my Monday nights. Know that I gotta give a big out and a big shout out to my partners, partnerships. So at this point, a moment for partners I want to present to you. First is Whammo.
This moment is for builders, visionaries, and brands with purpose. If you want access, alignment, and momentum, not just motivation, this is your step forward. Join the next level with Keith channel members. Whether you're a freedom chaser, freedom supporter, next level insider, or next level builder, this is where growth gets structure and community becomes currency. And for partners with a mission, we don't just promote brands. We position purpose. Bring your cause, your company, your message, and let's amplify it with intention and impact. Membership opens the door. Partnership expands the reach.
Women and Men of Excellence Outreach Ministries is a global church without walls. We're serving communities through live services, prayer intervention, and outreach that changes lives. Support our $500 monthly giving drive at WAMOE.org/give. Shop with purpose at faithmerchandise.com, featuring Dr. Faith's Miracle Lemonade. Book Dr. Faith for therapy, speaking, or ministry at drfaithreborn.com. Grow through professional connection and vocational training at theexcelproject.com. Subscribe to our monthly newsletter and follow us on socials at WAMO Ministries. Become a great motivator. Help us empower minds for success in the kingdom of God.
Yes, yes, yes. WAMO, that's Women and Men of Excellence. And I love it. So you've been hearing me talk about your importance in supporting this ministry, all right? And we talked about the goal that we want to reach for this ministry, which is 500 monthly, all right? And whatever you give, your tax deductible donations, it will be a blessing. All right, it will be a blessing to such a ministry without walls. And I call them on the boots kind of ministry, on the ground, boots on the ground ministry. All right, where they're really not just allowing this once a week kind of concept, but they're really reaching out to the community and allowing the community to feel the love that we are to bring as a ministry. All right. And so for those of you who are watching, if you're a minister, you have a vision to touch and reach out, this particular network is a good place, I believe, you can start to see how you can somehow, I would say, cross-pollinate, or you can maybe investigate and see how you can find a way in this ministry to enhance what God has given you. Because, like I said, it's not a me thing, it's a we thing. And so I thank God for WAMA and what they're doing. I really applaud them for the work. And they've been around for a long time. And they have not quitting or even looked like they're about to quit. They're about to expand even more. And I'm telling you, there's so much more to WAMO. If you get a hold of what their ministry is doing, they're doing a whole lot of different things that started with what? Something very small and seemingly insignificant. But with the right network, anything is possible. So our next segment coming up is Stack and Grow. Yes, so are you stacking and growing? Are you stacking it up and you're growing? Because we got to stack and we're going to grow. Visionaries what? Do not abandon their sector. They don't. They build on it. Again, I mentioned about my over 20 years of trying different things. And I was stacking, not knowing I was doing so. So that's why I can speak now with such passion. See, when you know something, and you know something until the being vibrates, that's how you know it. All right. So one key reasons they grow rapidly is very simple. All right. They grow because they're realizing that it may not be the big things that happens. They realize the small things is happening and is taking place. And those small things, they don't count them as nothing or insignificant. See, a lot of times folks looking for the big thing to happen. Why do you think so many people play the lottery? I mean, I can't count how many people play the lottery because they're looking for that big thing. Now, I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, all right? But these same folks, they'll spend 50, 100, even more per week on the lottery. But if they save that $10 a week for the 5 years they've been playing lottery, yes, they probably didn't win the lottery, but if they spend $10 a week for 5 years, see how much money they have. to do something with that money. So where's the stacking? Where's the idea of stacking? All right. So time can be your best friend if you stack and stack properly. The good thing about stacking that I want you to realize, if you get the right help, you will know how to stack. In fact, you'll know what to even get rid of building on, and you'll know exactly what to start building on. Because see, we're not necessarily a monolith, right? We a lot of us are very eclectic in our mind. We have different things that we like, right? We have different things that we can do, and if you know how to hone those things in. Now, some of you know that I play the horn, I play the saxophone. Now, what I've discovered over the years, playing different events, I started broadening my playing to where I would do some singing. And I'm telling you, folks, hire me for the saxophone. And when I sing, they're like, OMG, we didn't expect that. Where did that come from? All right. But I'm able to now package all that. So there are ways and there are things that we can do. Having a coach, a mentor, walk us through that program. It may be intense, but it's intense for a reason. All right. But it will be such a eye-opening. It'll be such a revelatory experience. You'll be like, wait a minute, this is really it's really cool stuff, man. You know, and you'll see another part of you that you'll start to love and say, hey, we're gonna do this. You know what I mean? So stack and grow is a very a very important thing to consider, not to despise it, not to dismiss it, not to overlook its importance. All right. But once you're able to hone everything in and look at it from a bird's eye view, then you're able to see exactly how you want to proceed and what you want to focus on, right? What you want to really let be the central point and how to build around that, you know? So yes, I'm truly excited. This network has been such a blessing to me because again, I became an author recently. A lot of you probably didn't know that, but yes, I became an author. And, just a very different thing from a saxophonist, all right? It's a different thing from a writer, you know. But with this network, they were able to kind of centralize where it's smooth, it flows. All right. And for those of you who want to get the copy, hey, feel free. I think it's a fun read. I mean, I laugh about it myself. When I look back and see some of the things I've gone and been through, and I'm like, wow, so fascinating. It's titled When Fun Is Not Funny. I'm telling you, if you're living in a time as now, we know that fun is not funny. We are in some serious times. And every parent, you have teenagers out there, you want to get this book before they hit college. All right. Your uncle, you have nieces, you have nephews, all right, in their teens. You want to get them this book because I think it'll be a good dose of just experiences and a good dose of what lessons that they, I believe, will learn and can implement in their lives. Because yes, I know I look very innocent and I'm the nice guy. I know. But folks, I can close some really horrible things. No, I would never in drugs. I would never a party guy like that, smoking and that's not the kind of story I have. But sometimes those small stories that seems to be the ones that are more lighthearted, they're the ones that's most dangerous because I found that myself. I found that I was not aware of how deep the precipice was. I wasn't aware of how sometimes we call them social drinkers. They're worse than the ones who are full blown some of the alcoholics. They call them um they drink in a way where it's like they're in control, but they're really not. So they never change. Sometimes the one who drinks really hard and profusely and really overdoes it gets rock bottom And just, get cleaned up, go and say, no more. But the one who just be able to handle it, was able to handle it over time and seem to be in control, all of a sudden you wonder what happened. All right. They never really change. So I was on that pathway, and thank God. So I'm right about some things, and hopefully I can help someone out there. But getting back to what I was saying, stacking and growing, I was able to now harmonize everything, cross pollinate, make it one, um, call it one stop shop, so to speak, and folks can kind of get what kids all about. I'm about empowerment, bringing value, and seeing, especially my brothers and sisters, those in Asia, those in the North America, South America, those in the Caribbeans, those in Africa. All right, get good information, something that they can relate to, they can connect with, and get in those hubs. I'm telling you, the hubs is like a hugs. The hubs is like hugs. See, I'm rhyming because I'm a writer, so I can't help myself sometimes, right? So the hub's gonna hug you, and you're going to be able to say, you know what? Let me make a move here. And yes, so stack and grow is a wonderful thing. And I'm sure if you get a chance to look up my other podcasts and some other of my content, you may see how ways in which you can start to think about it even more and take action, because I'm trying to stay in this one consistent journey. Action, action, action taking, after hear and react, and we get the benefit out of it. And we're going to also do another spotlight, and this is going to be HIDC Spotlight.
This moment is for builders, visionaries, and brands with purpose. If you want access, alignment, and momentum, not just motivation, this is your step forward. Join the next level with Keith channel members. Whether you're a freedom chaser, freedom supporter, next level insider, or next level builder, this is where growth gets structure and community becomes currency. And for partners with a mission, we don't just promote brands. We position purpose. Bring your cause, your company, your message, and let's amplify it with intention and impact. Membership opens the door. Partnership.
Strong organizations are built on more than strategy, they're built on people. At Human Impact Development Consulting, we help organizations strengthen leadership and support staff well-being. We put clear people systems in place that actually work. From HR advisory and policy development to leadership support, we cover it all. Our approach is practical, ethical, and people-centered. If ready for clarity, confidence, and sustainable impact, visit sandrinedunkley.com. Human Impact Development Consulting, where people systems meet performance.
Yes, 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 yes. HIDC. Now, my glasses, I'm trying to get them all clear for you right now because I can't see nothing. I can see so good with my long distance range, but up close, I'm like, good God Almighty, I got my eyes. I need my glasses to work. So I'm looking to emphasize a little bit on this HIDC a little bit because I think it's important. I know for me, I'm big on wanting to be organized. I'm working on that, y'all. So HIDC is Human Impact Development Consulting. All right. So it specializes in helping organizations build clear frameworks, all right, onboarding systems and operational clarity, all right. You see, because vision without structure creates burnout, we don't want you to be burnt out trying to juggle all these things together. Get the help you need, right? So HIDC can help in that area. Vision with structure creates sustainability. Vision with structure creates sustainability. All right, so you can visit sandrinedunkley.com. That's SANDRENEDUNKLEY.com. All right, you want to stack wisely. All right, and you want to also grow strategically. It's funny because as a Bible believer, when Christ walked the earth or when he came. You notice he knew that it wasn't going to be a long time. It was very intentional and very strategic. Notice when he called those disciples, it's the reason why he called the disciples. Not because he was afraid of people or he wanted a gang to go rob some bank. No, it was showing us how to be strategic by him setting the example. He got people around him, and each of those people had a purpose, and they had a very distinct purpose. All right. And so it's important for us to know that we're not alone in this thing. All right. And there is assistance and help on the way. So now let's look at one of my favorite part of this show. Your circle, your currency. Yes, yes, yes. Your circle, your currency. Someone say you can tell where you're going to be in life depending on the five people that surround you. Well, I make sure I have one, and that's God. So, that's the foundation there. So when I wake up in the morning, my one person's around me, and that's God. When I go to bed at night, now one person's around me, and that's God. And on him, everything stands, everything sits on that strong foundation. But it's very important that who you have around you, who you talk to, who you spend most of your time with, how they talk into your life or speak into your life, how they encourage you, how they support your vision, your dreams. Very important. I think we often don't realize our words are powerful. And I've said it before, and I feel my podcast that you've had people who have gone to their spouse with an idea and got it shut down immediately. And you have friends who've gone to friends, or they call them so-called friends, and share an idea. It was shut down immediately. All right. Many couple, sadly, in the past, I've heard say, "I'm gonna talk to my husband." Nothing's wrong with it. I'm gonna talk to my wife. And you wonder, oh boy, So I started saying, if you're married, let's talk together. Once I found that you're married, some relationship, I said, can I talk to both of you together? Because no matter how great the idea may be, how good it is, sometimes the other person will not see it. And in some weird kind of way, it seems like in this world, there's an enemy that works to stop and don't want to see us progress. So he'll work to whatever means he can, whether it's to a friend, whether to a brother, uncle, aunt, husband, or wife, to discourage you. And I believe that. But tonight, again, I want you to focus on the hubs because everything I'm saying here, I also want to talk to you about things. I want to bring to you solutions. So I'm open tonight. Those of you who have been saying, hey, I've been inspired, I'm encouraged, I see where I can make some changes, that you're hitting those hubs. And you're telling me in those hubs, as a matter of fact, in those hubs, there's a comment section. You can leave a comment. All right. And you can help to make this thing even more colorful to what maybe you would like. Because I can go and put a whole lot of stuff in there because I can. But sometimes when we grow as a family, all right, and we build things together, and you can share your thoughts, then let me know exactly where you are. All right. So I can even do more stuff and curate more things that will benefit you as someone who is engaged in the process. So it's very important to have that that network that and be a part of. We don't want to be distance away from the community that you're part of. You want to be able to utilize your circle. It's there for a reason. You know what I mean? It is there for a reason. Sometimes we don't know who's beside us. Sometimes we never ask the question. We never share the thought, and we just never know. And I can't tell you how many people I've met just by asking a question. What do you do? Right? It's so funny because I found myself always sometimes singing, even when I don't know. And the singing has drawn so many people to me and say, "Hey, you sing?" I say, "Oh yeah," and that starts a conversation. Sometimes it even happens almost involuntary, but sometimes, I do make an effort to say, "Hey, I'm so and so on. Hey, nice to meet you. You're here for a reason. I mean, here am I from this small Caribbean island called Jamaica. You're from maybe Russia or maybe from Indonesia, you maybe from Philippines, all right, maybe from Europe somewhere. But here we are in the same city, in the same borough, in the same area, at the same time. That could be some significance there. So why not explore that? Why be silent? All right. And so it's important for us to sometimes give and we will get. All right. And giving sometimes is a hello. It's a thank you. It's a how you do? My name is this. Where do you work and what are your passions in life? What brought you to this place? You like it? Any thoughts and things that you want to do in the future? And people like to be talked about and feel important. Stress those things. You never know what you'll bring out of someone and what they'll bring out of you. So yes, your circle is important. Alignment is inevitable when the message is consistent, right? Not everyone will respond, right? Not everyone will respond. That's a fact. But the right people will. See, not everyone will respond what you may say is favorable, but some will. And I've experienced that. Consistency ensures the message reaches those who are ready. I say it again, consistency ensures the message reaches those who are ready. Two, impact multiplies through relationships. So even though here am I in this podcast and we have met personally, but we have met, all right? It's a different kind of engagement, but the more you come and you watch and we dialogue and share, you know, the trust gets built because sometimes it's about relationships. So maybe the first time when I said, check out my hubs, you were like, hubs, what is he talking about? Hubs, what is that? Now, you're probably saying, I'm gonna hit them hubs tonight. Maybe you're saying tomorrow. I'm gonna see what this guy's saying. I'm gonna get my family protection because it's about time. All right? Things like those. And so consistency is important. That I come here every Monday night at 9, boom, on time, be ready, be sharp, and be brilliant. And you do the same. And it's like one big family having a meal. And we're gonna walk away satisfied, enriched, all right? Enriched. And we what? More what? Motivated to what? Go to the next level. Number three, y'all. Talk about three now. The right circle converts vision into movement. Notice everything is a movement, moving forward kind of concept. It's not for us to be stagnant. It's moving forward. So your circle determines your reach. When people see value and purpose, they become ambassadors, not just spectators. All right. And speaking of impact, the impact will happen where? Through community. This right here is a community. All right. It's a community that you can be a part of. And trust me, what you've seen here would have never happened without the right community and network. Listen, for years, some of you probably maybe have watched me do my YouTube channels, and I was just hustling to get 3 videos done for the week. I used to do 5, but it got so, I would say, taxing on me and just so almost burdensome because sometimes I would be doing it in my car and I'm getting distracted. The horns are going by. That's happening. This is happening. And so I'm like rushing to do it because I have to do it at this time. I'm watching the sun go down. It gets a little dark. I'm trying to beat the morning thing and so many things that made it hard to do that. And here am I now, having it more relaxed, one show per week. And this show, you can see it in just about so many places, right? Because of the team that's working. You find some things on TikTok. You find some things on Shorts. You find some things on YouTube, on the Live, and Facebook, and it's all over. Not because I'm so savvy. I'm not a techie guy. I am not a techie person. I'm telling you, folks, if I can do this, so can you. It's just having the right team. All right. And guess what? You're looking at one. And that's the beauty about tonight for you. That's your, call it your good Monday moment. You're looking at it right now, and you can have it as well. Yes. And so, again, your circle is your currency. So don't despise or underestimate your circle. I give it one last thing before I share my next uh, um, moment with partners. I remember going to Manhattan a whole lot more in the past, going to school, and I worked one time in Manhattan, so I was always taking a train. I didn't know that they had so many millionaires on the train downtown. Sometimes they go one or two stops: Wall Street, Borough Hall, Wall Street, Brooklyn Bridge. Sometimes I go a little further to 42nd Street. But I didn't know that I was sitting beside so many millionaires, people of wealth and riches, and on the same train. All right. The point is that when you can discover your circle, you know that you're going to the next level, because that should be an awakening for you, that it's not there by accident, but how can you now utilize that space, that circle of influence that you have? Your circle is your currency. And with that said, we're now going to go to a moment for partners. And this is GFIH Ministries. That's Gospel Foundation International Healing Ministries.
This moment is for builders, visionaries, and brands with purpose. If you want access, alignment, and momentum, not just motivation, this is your step forward. Join the next level with Keith channel members. Whether you're a freedom chaser, freedom supporter, next level insider, or next level builder, this is where growth gets structure and community becomes currency. And for partners with a mission, we don't just promote brands. We position purpose. Bring your cause, your company, your message, and let's amplify it with intention and impact. Membership opens the door. Partnership expands the reach.
Gospel Foundation International Healing Ministries is a Bible-based ministry. Through worship, prayer, and deliverance, we help individuals find restoration. We equip believers to build stronger families and healthier communities. Footprints of Faith Radio shares real stories of healing and hope. Bible Talk for Children helps kids develop strong moral foundations. Apply for sponsored digital advancement support for growing your reach. Your support makes this possible. We're aiming for a $500 monthly goal. Support, partner, or give today at gfihministries.org/give.
Yes, DFIH. And you've heard it. We can support this ministry, and their goal is $500 per month. Now, like I said, there are folks who really feel an alignment, and it's something you can't make up, you can't force it, you can't push it. The folks who just know what, I like what I'm seeing here, I like that ministry, I like what they're about, and they don't mind sowing a tax deductible seed into that ministry. And so we encourage that. All right. It's a free will thing. There's no stipulation of how much you want to give and how much you can give. It's about you feeling that connection, the alignment, and you support as you're led and feel led to. So I'm happy for what they're doing. JFI's ministry. You want to definitely support them best way we can. Yes, my favorite part, my favorite fun part, again, it's coming up, right? Because, we have this thing called a mobile phone. We can do it and do things on it just about anywhere. A lot of us we leave their wallet at home, and because they have their phone, they don't worry too much. The phone has become such a all-in-one kind of product. You know what I'm saying? Like a one-stop shop product. People use it to buy, to sell, take pictures, videos. They do all kind of social media stuff on there. They create stuff on there. They use it to what? I mean, you name it. Open the garage. You know, start their boiler. Turn on the cooler. I mean, folks use this phone for so many things, and they can move with it. How how could it feel to be able to have a business where you can be mobile? You can be in another country and still operate effectively and efficiently because of how technology has evolved and how now we're equipped with these equipments. I highly encourage you guys, that the way things are moving now, technology wise, you don't want to wait around too long. I think between now and the next 3 years is a window. And if you have noticed over the last year and a half, we have lost hundreds and thousands of jobs across the United States. And I won't even go outside of the United States because it's another story. I'm talking about how many jobs were lost. And people are now more than ever, they're looking for ways to be creative. They're looking for ways to substitute, all right, to what? Enhance, make additional. And the beauty is that there's enough space for us to do that. Question is, will we move? Will we just listen and not take action? All right. So mobile money moves, whether in a business firm, a small organization, or a mega church. Visionary leaders empower people by making participation simple, clear, and collective. Mobile systems, digital tools, streamlined platforms. They remove what? Friction. See, when people understand what to do, why it matters, how they fit in, engagement increase. And that's what I hope to do here on the next level with Keith, is to connect with you, show you that it's very simple, doable, reachable, attainable. Communities thrive when what? Movement is clear. Execution is easy. Progress is shared. Clarity creates confidence. Togetherness creates momentum. And earlier on, you hear me say this: someone is going to get it. Now, I have personally reached out to pastors about some things. They did not move. Didn't bother me. Their choice. But some pastor, whether it's going to be online or offline, are going to say, wait a minute, this right here can empower my church. It's not just a program where I can just be okay, but it's a church can be empowered. What if the next 2, 3 years, all my members are now financially independent? Or maybe half of the church, maybe 80%, they are actually able to leave their job if the jobs are threatened, or if the jobs say we don't want you anymore, they can say it's okay. We're empowered. Some pastor somewhere is going to get this. Some nurse somewhere is going to get this. Some mom somewhere, I promise you, is going to get this. It may take a month, it may take 6 months, it may take a year. But somebody going to say, wait a minute, will it be you? Will you be the one to get it? Because it is here. Passive income hub is there, as you can see. All right. The family protection hub is there. The digital training hub is there. Right. These are resources. All right. It is there for you at a fingertip. All right. You need help? We have a help center. Reach out. Family protection hub. Very important. It is there. Are you going to get it? Some friend is going to get it. Who knows? Maybe even some enemy may get it. I don't mind. Right? The Bible says we should love our enemies and do good to them. All right. So the point is that somebody is going to get it. And that's my hope. I mean, these hubs, I'm telling you, they're not there to look pretty. They're there for you to take action. And yes, I'm not even forcing you. I'm telling you, I know they were highly looked at, carefully looked at, and I'm telling you, it's so worth it. I have my stuff in there. Some of you looking for like really good supplements and good, wholesome wellness products. Oh, yes, my hubs. Some of you looking for maybe you have some health thing going on, some pain. I'm not a doctor. I'm telling my experience. I'm not trying to say I'm no A1 doctor here. I'm saying disclaimer here, but I'm telling you what I'm hearing from folks' experiences and also my experiences. I'm getting the benefit of it, and so I want to share those things with you because without you, there'll be no me. Without you, there would not be a next level with Keith. So I appreciate every single one of you, wherever you are. And for those of you, like I said, who have been commenting, thank you. You have been such a blessing and encouragement to me, and you've inspired me to go on. I just don't want you to miss something because you just failed to take the next level of action to get you there. So yes. So as we look at mobile money moves, I want to stress the fact that it is simple, and I don't want to assume that my plate is full. Many people make that mistake to say my plate is full, and so without even knowing that it's not about that. It's not going to take away from your time on your mind or what you're doing. It's like we can walk and chew. All right, we can walk and chew. So it's not like it's something that's going to be burdensome because I don't want to be burdened myself. I don't want to feel cumbered myself. I want to feel like I'm overwhelmed. So I'm not going to put that on you. Now, if it's not for you, you will know. If it is for you, you at least know. But if it's not for you, it's all good. But check it out. Check out my hubs, y'all. So as we about to wind down this program, I want to emphasize on one of the most important things that people who want to see change happen want to make it happen, and that is take action. They take action. That probably is one of the most significant things we can do is take action. All right. Even when I couldn't do good videos or decent looking videos, I took action. You want to see where I'm coming from? Just try to stroll in my channel and see how I looked a year ago, 6 months ago, 4 months ago, 8 months ago, and see where I'm coming from. I had videos I had done maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago that I erased, and I wish I didn't erase them. I should have left them there on my channel so you can see where this young man was coming from. All right, and how pitiful I looked in the beginning. All right, trying to actually do this YouTube thing. And the point is that all this time I was doing my videos, I didn't know I was preparing for podcasts. So I remember when my coach said, you know what? I want you to do your first 1 hour show. I was like, what? You want me to do 1 hour? I'm thinking, you lost your mind. In myself, right? I'm thinking now, I'm doing these 5 minutes things, 10 minute shows. All right. But see, I needed that one person to push me. And trust me, when I did my first hour, I felt I was lifting weights. I literally felt I was in the gym lifting weights, talking for 1 hour my first time. I said, my. I said, Lord, help me. But when I did that, it broke something. I said, my God, I could do this. So now I'm doing an hour, so my show, hour and a half, effortlessly. Stacking and growing, I mentioned to you earlier. Taking action, so powerful. By the way, let me say a big up to, uh, let me see this here. Oh my goodness, my eyes are so dim, I cannot see. I left my speck at home. Oh, you know what? I see someone here looking in, and it looks like, woo, Nadine. Nadine, good to have you. Awesome. All right. I'm telling you, I'm excited. Who is this? I'm seeing, oh, is this, oh my God, Anto. I'm so sorry, forgive me. But it's an A name. You know who you are. You know who you are. Forgive me. I'm trying. It's so small. I'm trying to see this thing so good. But it's an A name. But I thank you for just being a part of this tonight, man. Listen, it's really about it's about family here. All right, we're gonna build this thing. I got some folks that I know, and they're serious. They don't play. They're about building. They're about going to the next level. And I love it, and I'm inspired when I see these people. So yes, the action part is such an important aspect of our life. Of course, yes, we have my coach ministry. Big up, yes, yes, yes. Thank you for checking in. She said, "I love this show. Truly, congratulations. Very fun, but mean. Oh Lord, you're the best. Thank you." And Nadine, it's it's me, Lady Teresa. Oh my goodness, Lady Teresa, big up. Oh yes. All right. God bless you. I'm loving this. Yeah, I mean, so it's really a pleasure to share and just no. We say in our church we break bread, you know, but we are in serious times, Joe. We are in very serious times, and I think that it's action time. I think blacks in a whole, it's not a black thing here, but the black and brown community as a whole, I think, are learning to become more and more connected and network minded. I think a lot of it we don't probably see, but it's taking place because it's needed to. There's no other way. We weren't made to be solo. We're made to be a community. All right, to cross pollinate. To come together and build, and that's when things happen. Coach Ministry, thank you. And so you think about taking action. You look at visionary leaders drive engagement. All right. They communicate purpose. All right. They communicate purpose, not just task. See, a lot of people, when they see task, they run from it. But it's not about task. It's about purpose. Um, a big part of this is also is celebrating what? Progress publicly and consistently. For those people who I mentioned to you earlier, those partners, man, I talked about them all day because what they're doing is so unique. And it's so sad that so many people, they may despise the church. They may even, you know, kind of look away from the church and don't see it as relevant. But when problem hits, when the storm comes, when real hard times hit, who gets the attention? The churches, government sometimes, disaster. Let's pray. What's going on there, folks? All of a sudden, they become important. I remember 911. I remember 911. I remember the first 2 weeks of 911. Folks were going to, believe me, church were packed out. Church, they were packed out. What's going on? Is the world coming to an end? Are we getting bombed? What's going on here? It was a shaking. So, Kelly ASMR, thank you. They were packing churches everywhere. So I'm proud and excited to talk about ministry and ministers on this platform. I'm not shying away from that at all. There are people here who love God, love ministry, and they want to do purposeful and meaningful things in their community. They want to empower people, empower themselves, empower their church, and empower the mission. And I'm for that. Yes, I spent many, many years. I've talked about many programs, and it wasn't about God-centered things. It wasn't about, it was about really making money. And nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that. That's a part of what we do. Money's a part of life. We have to have it and be able to utilize it. We don't worship money. We're not going to do that now, right? We don't worship money. Money's just a tool, only a tool. Bible should we not, the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of it, when it becomes, you're obsessed with money, it's only a tool that we use to empower ourselves and help others. We here but a few years and we're gone. So we can leave a legacy. We can do something that's powerful, impactful. So timing, y'all, is what we want to make sure we capitalize on. Timing. All right. So when it comes to take action, action grows when people feel what? Valued, informed, united around a shared outcome. I hope you feel that way. You feel that way tonight? Just leave a comment, a thumbs up in my in the chat, and let me know. Hey, yes, you're on the right track. So I don't mind making changes and rethinking and rehashing. I don't mind doing those things to make it work and connect with you, because it's not about me really. It's about how we can become a stronger unit together and grow together. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, again, Kelly, I see you. Thank you. With that, let me say my final thoughts. Opportunity never disappears. It only changes hands. Fact. Opportunity never disappears. It only changes hands. Visionaries act while others wait. Move while others watch. Guess what? Someone is going to get it. Will it be you? The question is not whether opportunity exists. We know it exists. It's always knocking. That's for sure. Opportunity always exists. The question, however, is whether you will recognize it or not. And again, let me say thank you to my team. You guys are fantastic. Y'all let me look so good up in here. My team is spectacular. I got the best team in the world. I'm telling you, this team here is on fire. They are so amazing. The engineer and the producers, you guys are a blessing. And I thank you. You viewers, thank you for staying with me tonight on this podcast number 9. I'm excited, and there's so much more to come. And I look forward to seeing you on my next episode 10. Woo! And I'm thankful again, grateful, and again, have a good night. Be safe, and see you on my next podcast.
If today's episode spoke to you, it's because you're ready. Ready for your money to work for you. Ready for practical steps, not just motivation. Ready for faith-led financial freedom. Ready to build stability, peace, and confidence for your family. You're not alone on this journey. The Next Level isn't just a podcast. It's a movement toward freedom, one episode at a time. Stay connected. Listen anytime at podcast.keithmerritt.com. Explore the Next Level Movement Hub. Subscribe on YouTube at Keith Merritt. Like, share, comment. Your engagement helps this message reach more families. Take your next step. Visit keithmerritt.com/impact/the next level. Subscribe for the latest blog from the Freedom Resource Hub and join the Next Level Resource Network. Choose the hub that fits your journey. music and speaking, family protection, digital learning, passive income, or Keith's book and reading hub, press play. Take action. Your next level is calling.